The people of Reddit have spoken. What's up, guys? It's Devin Harrington, the average Gen Xer. Welcome back to my channel, where today, I thought I was going to get through one single solitary week this year without Alexandra Rodriguez doing something ridiculous. Alas, I was wrong. So YouTuber Alexandra Rodriguez is moments away, literally, from giving birth to her second child. There's some speculation, but because she is a high-risk pregnancy due to her size, she will likely be induced. However, today I wanted to talk about just a little something that she happened to mention in one of her vlogs. I didn't watch any of the reactors this week. I didn't watch any of her stuff, obviously, but I always kind of keep up with what's going on over on the subreddit. And Alex told a little story, and then Reddit came with the most bizarre receipts. And if Alex actually did what it looks like she did, I just don't even know what to say anymore. So let's check it out. But first, as I do on every video on this channel, I want to take a second to encourage all animal lovers out there. Please consider volunteering on site or fostering for your local animal shelter or rescue. This is Bosky the boss, and this big boy is my current foster. Yes, you're so handsome, huh? I normally take puppies, but somehow this time I ended up with this big guy, and he's doing great. He is learning how to live in a house and how to greet people who come to the door. So if you love animals, please look up and see if there is a shelter or rescue near you who is looking for volunteers, because I promise you there is. The whole world is full of animal shelters, full of animals that need people to care about them. So if you love animals, please do your little part to help save the world. Do it for the animals. Thanks. Okay, so I heard about this story that Alex told on her vlog this week. Something about a little old lady falling on the sidewalk or something. And it just kind of went in one ear and out the other. And then people kept talking about it. And I realized it's because Alex loves to talk about empathy. But more than that, Alex loves to talk about how she is, according to her, an empath. And it just is, it's really funny because only a narcissist would go out of their way to talk about what an empath they are. People who have empathy don't go around talking about it and needing to display it and show it off. I mean, I'm not a mental health professional of any kind. I am not an expert in any kind of psychological field of study or a therapist or anything, but I am a human being, and I grew up with a narcissist, was raised by a narcissistic stepfather, and thanks to that, ended up dating several narcissists. And like every other awake human being, we can all tell when something is off. And every time Alex talks about how she's an empath, and she's even got like a shirt that she bought herself, of course, that says empath on it. I mean, it is the fucking cringe of the year. Anyway, she's talking about something to do with empathy. So let's check this out.
In my mind, and I use it a lot to kind of rewire my brain. Because this morning, God, this is like my 5th set of angel numbers I've seen in the last like 20 minutes. So this morning I ended up seeing something kind of scary when I was driving. Like there was an elderly woman on the ground with another woman who I think was her daughter. So I pulled over and stopped to ask if they were okay. And like, if they needed anything, like, what can I do? Because she got her off the ground and she was like, oh, she just has dementia. She's okay. We're okay. And I was like, do you need a ride? And they were like, we live right around the corner. Like, and it was fine because it was like right up the street from my house. And I was
this random fat white girl pulls up in a Tesla and asks if they want to ride. Come on.
It's like,
she lives in a bubble, like if this actually happened, you don't just randomly say, hey, you want to ride? Did she get out of the car? It
just really freaked me out and made my heart sad. And then I don't know if you guys know.
Why did it make your heart sad? Yes, it's unfortunate that this old woman fell out in public, but it's not the end of the world. If that, in fact, was someone who was with her, she had help with her, you stopped. So the world is a caring place. Your heart doesn't have to be sad just because an old lady fell. Like, this is performative empathy, which is just the fucking mark of a narcissist. It reminds me of my stepfather. He was one of those assholes or he is, he's still alive, unfortunately. Unfortunately for the rest of the world. He would never, ever, ever help me or my brothers or even really his own blood son, $10 to go to a ballet class. No, you gotta pay for everything yourself. And yet in the 80s, there was all these commercials on with the Sally Struthers crying and the sad, starving African children. And if you send $5 a month or whatever it was, you would get a letter from your child. And he was so all into that because it was performative. You could see, look how much I care. I am sending money to this poor, starving African child. I mean, fuck off. That's what this is like. So Alex claims she saw a woman fall or was already on the ground with her daughter / carer or whoever. Alex stopped, yelled out the window, "Are you okay? Can I do anything?" They said no. She asked if they wanted a ride, and they said no.
Like this too, but then I'm like, just like, oh my gosh, like dementia's so sad, and like, it just breaks my heart for people going through that and with their loved ones and things like that, where it just, not to say that I like spiral, but like, it just like my heart gets very heavy and squishy. And I know I'm not the only one who's like that. When you just feel things very, very strongly. And it was at the beginning.
Dude, you don't even fucking spend a whole day with your own kid. You don't seem to feel anything strongly except your ecstasy when you put something in your mouth to eat that you like. This is like, there's just something off about this. I'm sorry I keep putting it that way, but this is like, if this actually happened, I just don't see someone telling this story, if it actually happened, going on and on about, oh, my heart just hurts so much. This poor woman has dementia and blah, blah, blah. Yes, dementia is sad. In fact, Alex, life is sad. And you have to deal with the sadness in addition to the fucking sale at Ulta or whatever.
Beginning of the day, and it just like kind of like made me feel really squishy. And
you are really squishy because you're like 150 pounds overweight.
I don't know, my heart hurt. So anyway, outside of that, even the quote is for kind of like protecting your energy, where like you don't let things seep in, I don't know if that makes sense. The quote was like, telling yourself, I observe, but I do not absorb. I observe, but I don't absorb. And I think that's really been very helpful for me.
Good for you. Good luck. Observing what? Observing. Oh, she's talking about the lady falling. So she's observing the lady falling and sitting on the ground and needing help getting up, but she's not absorbing what? You're just going to go feel bad all day now because you saw a woman fall? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. This is not how people tell a story like this. And I cannot explain what it is that is off, but something is off.
Or like if I see something that...
And usually, sorry guys, usually when something feels off, just my human experience, you always got a fucking narcissist on your hands. Always. That's always what it is. Whether you want to call it toxic, NPD, personality disorder, narcissism, whatever, it's the big buzzword of our time because we all are suffering narcissistic abuse in one way or another. But that's a whole other story. This girl, I mean, I just don't buy it that this actually happened because it doesn't ring true. That's all I can say about it. It doesn't ring true. And if I'm wrong and this actually happened, then I will apologize to Alex. But Alex has been caught in so many lies before. Is it any wonder that people can't believe anything she says?
Just like really makes me uncomfortable, or like obviously always ask people if they need help and do the right thing. But like if you are someone who like where it will stick with you for the rest of the day, I kind of picture like an energy shield bubble around me. And
yeah, you've had a bubble around you your whole life because you've been coddled and protected from consequences and given junk food to keep you quiet and docile.
And I tell myself I can observe this, but I do not need to absorb it. I don't need to absorb the energy of it. And I feel like that really has helped me quite a bit. So if you are the same way, give that a try and let me know. Let me know if it helps you in any way. Because
Okay, so there's the freaking story. Like, just this little offhand thing. She saw an old lady fall down. The woman that was with her said, "Oh, she's okay. She just has dementia." Alex goes into a spiral, which, when I have a perspective like this, it's always a sign of depression. You shouldn't go into a spiral of being sad because you see a stranger falling down. If the stranger is okay and they have someone there to help them get up, then life goes on. But she just has to have everything so comfortable at all times. She can't do anything difficult. She can't feel anything difficult. She thinks that every little emotion she has makes her squishy, and her heart is so delicate, and she's such an empath. And really, if you were really this kind of person, I don't think you'd be talking about it. But anyway, so I heard about the stupid story. And when people were saying, "Oh, yeah," she starts talking about how she's an empath, and we've all seen the empath. She might even have an empath necklace. You know how she buys all this dumb shit for herself. So, uh, as usual, I was over on Reddit, and I thought, well, I guess nothing interesting really is going on with Alex. And then user Strawberry Bliss said, "Hold my beer." So this popped up late last night, and this is from Strawberry Bliss 90. She literally stole a viral story from TikTok, of course. I mean, we all know Alex doesn't have an original thought in her head. Everything she says and does appears to come from TikTok. She literally stole a viral story from TikTok and just switched a few things around. And the viral story is: man finds an elderly woman stuck in a pothole and immediately jumps into action to help her. Strawberry Bliss said, "This is psychotic behavior, to steal a story for attention." And let's remember, stealing other people's experiences and retelling them as if they were your experiences can be a mark of a narcissist. But for anyone who watched the entire Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial, watched it all, every second of it, Amber Heard was known to do the same thing. She told someone she knew had told her a story of her essay, and Amber Heard repeated it to someone else as if it had happened to her. And that is according to the psychologist who testified, that is a sign of borderline personality disorder. Now, once again, I am not diagnosing or attempting to diagnose Alex in any way. I don't know the first thing about Alexandra Rodriguez's mental state. But just from what she shows, what I observe, she really does seem to be on the narcissist spectrum. So Strawberry Bliss says, "This is psychotic behavior, to steal a story for attention. Alex did not see an elderly woman fall on the side of the road and get out to help her. This was on TikTok. She is demented for lying like this." And in the comments, Biscotti68, "Oh my God, I thought of this when I heard her say this today. If it's true, she made it up off of this. This is truly concerning and pathological." Yes, I agree. And this is a pretty well-known viral story. And yes, if this is true, that Alex saw this story, this viral story on TikTok, and then just took it on as her, like it touched her in some way, or she decided that it would touch people in some way, because that's what narcissists do. They imitate. They don't feel normal emotions because their brain can't process it. Not a psychologist, disclaimer. This is why she's so maddening. This is why this one single YouTuber, I make content on her, because she is fascinating in how fucked up her head is. And this is just judging by what she herself posts online and what other people online discuss about it. So getting back to the comments here, Strawberry Bliss, the OP, commented or responded, there is absolutely zero chance that she saw a woman on the ground on the side of the road when literally this is a viral trending story right now. What are the chances of that? I'll tell you, none. She changed a few things, tweaking it a bit, saying the woman had a daughter and dementia, but literally everything else was the same. Alex is a damn liar. She would not stop if she saw this. Never happened, and it's gross that she wants attention this badly to fucking steal another person's story. Well, if you just remind yourself, narcissistic personality disorder, then everything she does just makes sense. If you just remind yourself of that. We have no evidence or proof or anything from Alex saying that she's on the narcissistic spectrum, but we're all here with our First Amendment right to give our opinion on what she posts. And judging by what she herself posts, God, she is just like the basic bitch of narcissistic behavior. I mean, this is exactly the pathology of what they do. They take some story they see and they retell it and they put themselves in the story. This is crazy if this is true. This set 1718 said, if the woman had a daughter with her, why would Alex stop and get involved? Truly. It makes absolutely no sense. Alex is afraid of her own shadow and can barely speak to the people running the drive-thru at McDonald's, yet she's out here saving elderly ladies on the street. Sure, Jan. Yes, exactly. I thought of that too. Alex is extremely I don't know, what would you call it? Panicky, talking to people, or shy, or easily rattled. I don't know what you would call it. I have really bad social anxiety. Strawberry Bliss went on exactly this. If the elderly woman had her daughter with her, there would be absolutely no reason for Alex to get involved or insert herself. She added that part in, and the dementia, because she needed something to alter the story a bit. You're exactly right. Alex doesn't interact with anyone. In fact, she deliberately goes places at the crack of dawn for this very reason, to avoid people. Yeah, she goes to Target, like waiting at the door when they open because she wants to be in there and have the store to herself. She has social anxiety and would never stop her car to ask if strangers need a ride. Yeah, she would lock her car and drive past them acting like she didn't see them. Wow. Calligrapher Late said, afraid of her own shadow. We all know that's right. Her story didn't make sense to me either, but she's such a clown. This set responded, Alex is desperate for external validation. Well, there you go. More narcissist. Makes perfect sense. Everything that she does or doesn't do, or everything that feels gaslighty with Alex, if you just say, oh, she's pretty far down the narcissist spectrum, it makes perfect sense then. Strawberry Bliss. This set went on. What a pathetic loser and a fraud. She's so much like her dad. It's scary. Yeah, that is kind of scary. Strawberry Bliss said, right, Roger called himself a hero, and Alex 100% copies his arrogance. They both need to feel important and seen as good people by others when they're actually slithering snakes. Yes, and that's typical narcissist behavior. Like my stepfather sending money away to a starving child in Africa, which is admirable, but he could give a shit less about the kids that were in his own house. And he wanted everyone to know that he was getting letters from a starving kid in Africa. It was all performative, and that's what it is with all narcissists. Again, I am not claiming to be any kind of psychological expert. Standard Gurr said, broadcasting, self-aggrandizing, and self-importance are narcissistic traits. There you go. See? The people of Reddit have spoken. Soft Development said, afraid of her own shadow and reflection. True. Totally true. Cat Lover 4906 said, I watched this and it was so heartfelt. There is no way she claimed something similar. Bitch can't even see her toes. No way she helped someone up. And the OP responded, it's actually insane that she said this. Does she think nobody would figure it out or see this video? Yes, she does think that. That's another thing. Narcissists. They really do believe that no one is going to find out. They really think that they are the smartest person in the room at all times and that they can get away with saying whatever they want. And look at the past 15 years. Alex has been handsomely rewarded financially and getting attention through her stands and PR. And I mean, this has been her fuel. Narcissists need validation. They need fuel because they can't give it to themselves. They can't esteem themselves. They're empty inside. There's nobody in there, essentially. And that's one reason, in my humble opinion on my humble channel, why she follows every freaking trend that passes her line of vision, because she has nothing else going on inside there. This is why she's fascinating. She says she thinks she's not interesting enough to get all the hate that she gets. What she doesn't understand, because narcissists, they don't understand how humans process what other humans do, say, think, body language, etc. She doesn't realize that people are watching her and coming up with their own opinions. And she thinks that she's just going to get away with, anybody will just believe whatever she says. And maybe that's because she believes all the crap she watches on TikTok. I don't know. Strawberry Bliss went on. She is a psychopath. Seriously, wanting people to think she's an empath so bad that she steals this? Oh my God. Cat Lover jumped in. Well, I mean, think about how much she stole from Kelly Strack. Not an original thought in her head. It's true. It's completely true. Enigma Mom said, kids, this is the bish who stole her boo-boo foot from her own grandfather, the man who opened his home to raise her. Okay, Alex is wearing a cast on her foot lately because she wants sympathy. I'm not sure what's going on if the grandfather also has a cast on his foot. Alex's mom and her mom's parents feature a lot in her content. And when Alex was younger, after her father left, I guess they did move in with the grandparents. Strawberry Bliss responded, this is beyond disturbing for her to do this. She will make up a story just so her followers think she's kind-hearted. And when she's a pedophile supporter, shaking my head, yes. Yeah, if you are unfamiliar with Alex and somehow stumbled into this corner of YouTube and don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then go to Reddit, to the Alexandra Rodriguez subreddit. They have several pinned posts on there that explain everything. This set, just like she lied about falling on the steps and breaking her foot, now she's lying now more than ever. Enigma Mom, her story about falling and hurting her dainty little hoof irritates me. First off, if she fell on her ample backside, she'd have more than likely fractured or broken her tailbone than her hoof. Yes, she says she has a broken bone in her foot. M. Grums, she worships Kelly Strack and Samantha Joe, but both appear to be great moms, unlike Fat Licks. I am more familiar with Samantha Joe. I think she's probably been online as long as Alex. She was just one of those lucky girls who got in, had a channel established, and the plus size, healthy at every size, day in my life vlogging thing took off, and she never has to work again if she doesn't want to, and good for her. But she also just had a baby recently, and she does seem to be a good mom from the little bit of her content I've seen. Strawberry Bliss said, yes, thank you. I thought the same thing. Few Classroom 747. Not a surprise, seeing as how it's obvious she stole the story of her grandfather falling and adapted it to her own story as well. Alex is deeply mentally ill. Strawberry Bliss, yes, thank you. I thought the same thing. How weird and ironic that her grandfather actually did break his foot, but then all of a sudden she did too? Bullshit. She is actually insane, and this is very concerning. I'm glad that all these folks feel the same way, because I saw this post and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. This is along the lines of when Alex wore the same, almost exactly the same dress as her friend at her friend's baby shower. And then her friend, Lily, I think is her name, posted her maternity shoot, and Alex went out and got the same outfit. It it seems like Alex is acting like this is all totally normal and no big. And that's when you start to get that weird feeling like something is not right here. She is actually insane, and this is very concerning. Okay, Alfalfa. I haven't seen Okay Alfalfa in a while. Yes, if you fall, you are dropping your food. Yeah, she had food in her hands and her baby in her hands when she fell. Luckily, she did not drop anything. Standard Gurr said, I thought it was insane to begin with, going downstairs with a toddler on one arm and a bag of food in the other while 8 months pregnant. She has wicked balance problems, even on flat ground. Anyone would have dropped that food in a heartbeat to save your toddler and yourself first. Not Alex, the food addict. She would happily drop Anderson before she'd let go of that food. Okay, translator, if any of Alex's loved ones see this, please get Alex some professional help. She is really concerning in so many ways. Well, now that's what I have for you today, guys. So please do let me know in the comments if you are as creeped out by this turn of events as I am. Or am I reading something into this that it isn't? I'm not a big person on TikTok, so I haven't seen this so-called viral story about the old lady falling into a pothole. But if you have, please educate me. Let me know what's up. Anyway, if you like this video, please like it and hype it and do all of those cool YouTube-y things. And I thank everyone who stops by to hear me talk shit on the internet. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.